wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. I'll go ahead and read a little more. Here, with only the occasional drips of water on the sink and the whirring of the fan blades to keep me company, it's easy to fall into a cycle of negative thinking. But even with the clutter to keep me company, the room still feels a whole lot bigger than usual. I hug my knees closer as a group passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there was a way to tune everything out to keep my head from replaying every image, every sound of her. Her screams, her awkward gait as she reaches for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for enough. That's enough. A shiver passes over me, though it's not from the hair still hanging damp against my back, nor the draft that enters the room from the windows I've left wide open. My gaze shifts over to the letter sitting on the coffee table. Its edges flutter innocuously as the wind touches it. Funny how an ordinary-looking piece of paper can bring this much trouble. The impulse to throw it away or rip it into pieces is still there. I can easily do it, but after that, what? Will she leave me? What about those people who have already seen it? Will they be okay? This uncertainty gnaws at me. Knowing that she's real and might also go after the people I care about. I just wish someone would listen. Believe me. The abrupt break in silence nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Blindly, I fish out my phone from under the mess of papers and cushions where I've carelessly thrown it before taking a shower hours ago. Ash's name flashes brightly on the screen. Is he calling because of this afternoon?
Thank you so much for spamming my inbox, scaredy cat.
Hey, Ash.
Oh.
What's wrong?
I just had a long day. The couple who bought the house wanted us to finish processing the papers within the week.
What?
I think your thumb buttons actually activate that.
It's a little hectic, but we'll manage.
Really? You sold it?
Don't sound so surprised. I told you, you don't stand a chance. The rights won't take no for an answer. You've been on the losing end from the very start. Ha!
Whoever said I was interested in the house in the first place?
But you said...
Despite his light tone, his snicker only comes off as annoying to my ears. I have to fight the urge to end the call right then and there. Stupid Ash.
Asshole.
You're such an ass.
Hole.
Glub, 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 glub.
That actually freaked me out.
Me too, a little bit. I was like, where the fuck is that coming from? Who's in the Discord channel?
And just so you know, I'm not treating you to a separate celebration. Or ever.
No, that's just unfair. And here I was looking something up for you. Didn't you say you wanted to talk to Andrew?
I pause. But thinking he'd actually go through the trouble considering how much he scoffed at the whole topic in the first place.
Is he okay with that?
Totally. Besides, I need to ask him about something. I might as well do it soon.
Squat.
What do you say you come with me tomorrow morning?
Well, there's no harm in it, I suppose. I've got a free day anyway.
Great, I'll just pick you up. Don't oversleep.
He literally comes to her apartment and just picks her up.
Don't compare me to you. I'm not the one who sleeps like a rock.
Yeah, I could sleep through a freaking hurricane. I
You
swear.
really could, man. You sleep for like 14
I slept
hours.
through an ambulance twice.
Damn. That's crazy. Next. Another round of chuckles from him. Come from him. Same, different. Oh, I will live for the day he'll stop making fun of me. Just you wait, you asshole. As I'm about to end the call, he clears his throat.
And, Isabella?
His sudden diffident tone sends my eyebrows shooting up into my hairline. I'm picturing that, like her eyes just start bleeding. Ah! Is the world ending today? Sorry.
Yeah? Did you forget something?
Do you think we...
Woo!
Never mind. Good night.
Fap, 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 fap.
Yeah, I was just like... He's on the phone and he's doing
He hangs
this.
up instantly.
He hangs up because he's like, oh fuck.
Rude. Completely rude. I didn't even get to thank him. See, she was too. The busy tone, though muffled, echoes through the receiver. No one is saying this will work. Even I'm doubtful it will. But right now, I'll take anything. Whoa.
Oh my.
Anything to get out of this nightmare. Sleep comes easier tonight. And for the first time in a long time, I dream. Of clear skies, of unrestrained laughter from children playing on the streets, and of small, cramped dwellings. To an outsider, the sight does not paint a pretty picture. However, this is home to me. Okay, it was abrupt.
Morning dawns bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muggy and I miss the chilly autumn weather, it's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it wasn't for Ash's call last night, I'd probably sleep in. When 9 a.m. rolls around, I'm already heading downstairs where Ash is waiting for me in his car. So that's his car, I guess. Maybe. His hair's a disheveled mess, eyes drowsy, and overall looking like he hurried to get out of bed. Or fell out of it. Or both. He looks adorably rumpled this way. But I'm not going to tell him that. It'd only bloat his unbearable ego.
Good morning, Ash.
He makes a motion with his finger around his ear. Tone it down.
Can you even drive?
He answers me with a slight raise of his hand, a yawn, and nothing more. He has never been particularly fond of mornings, and for that, I'm thankful to every god in the universe. Less mental capacity for him to make fun of me. Ha! There's the reason why mornings are my favorite. Wow. It doesn't take long for us to reach our destination, the small cafe situated in Luxborn's busiest street, the same one I'd often visit with Becca for its cheap food. I've never gone here on a Sunday, and it's striking how different it appears without the usual weekday and Saturday rush. The atmosphere especially reminds me of something we also have back home, near the university I used to attend. I wonder what happened to it. It was being renovated before I left, so I never got to visit one last time. The place has always had a calming effect on me. But today, despite standing in a place similar to it, anxiety easily washes over me as soon as I step out of the car. I'm quite used to dealing with people I've never met before, thanks to my work, but still, I don't know him. In spite of the fact both Ash and Becca have vouched for him, what will he think of me and my story? What if he thinks I'm crazy? Hell, even my own friends thought so. I draw in a breath to quell the panic beginning to rise in me. Oh well, only one way to find out. A few hesitant steps forward and then Ash is suddenly pulling me back by my elbow.
Hold on, scaredy cat, not too fast.
Without warning, he flicks my forehead. Hard.
That hurts. What was that for?
He's already walking away when I look up, and I hurry to catch up to him, puzzled. I really don't understand this guy. At least, explain why you're flicking other people's foreheads all of a sudden. So rude.
Get yourself together, will you? He's not going to bite. He's very accommodating, too.
I wasn't scared of him or anything.
You don't look like it. Didn't sound like you were okay last night either.
Huh?
What was that last one? Hey, don't just ignore me.
I think Becca and Zach told him, I guess, that she freaked out.
Yep.
All questions and retorts die on my mouth once he opens the door to the shop. A cast iron bell attached to it chimes softly, announcing our arrival. The smell of freshly brewed coffee welcomes us as soon as we step in. Coffee. Ugh. Like the usual, several tables and chairs have been set up for the patrons, but most of the customers have foregone them in favor of the more comfortable throw pillows and bean bags the staff has laid out on the floor. Becca would love to know they have something like this on Sundays. She's been complaining how uncomfortable the library chairs are for a long time now. Ash leads me to a scheduled spot near the window where an old man, probably in his 50s or 60s, is seated, enjoying a brew and a book.
Professor Clark.
It's just Andrew now. I'm no longer your professor, Detective Inspector Frey.
The guy, Andrew, looks up from his book and gives him a smile. A sheepish look crosses Ash's face at the older man's admonishment? My brain just like farted there. Okay. More unusual, in my opinion, is seeing him appear like a parent has just scolded him. But it suggests a familiarity between them, one that goes beyond what someone expects from a simple student and mentor. With another warm smile, he gestures for us to take the empty seats opposite him.
Have you been waiting long?
Quite some time. But I come here early on weekends. Best time to get their first serving of bear claws. They're the only place that serves it here. I took the liberty of ordering for you two. I hope you don't mind. I thought it'd be best to talk over a decent helping of coffee.
Soon enough, a waiter brings us 2 more cups and sets down a basket of pastries.
Aren't you going to introduce the lady?
Ah, right. Sorry. Isabella, this is Prof. Andrew. He's one of my professors back at the university. Andrew, this is Isabella Santos.
Santos. Portuguese? Spanish? Brazilian? Mexican?
Yeah, just, keep guessing.
He just, goes through all,
Filipina, actually. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor.
Elvin? It's like he just goes through everything.
Ah, your name carries a lot of history, Miss Santos. Just Andrew is fine. Don't do what Ashton's doing. He doesn't listen to this old man.
Yeah. He doesn't listen to anyone more like it, or more like. The awkward tension typically present in first meetings dissipates after that. I was expecting someone strict and, to an extent, someone severe. But Professor Andrew Clark is definitely the opposite of what I have in mind. The more personable kind, similar to a grandfather who dotes on you at family gatherings. It's obvious why Ash has taken a liking to him.
Ashton tells me there's something you wish to discuss that I could help with. Let's hear it then.
I give Ash a hesitant glance, but he just nods and gestures towards Andrew with his head. He's leaving this to me. It's my story to tell, after all. I keep it short and concise. I found a letter in this old mansion. Now I'm cursed. Exactly as I have told Ash and Zach when they asked about it. I don't mention the name of the place. No use saying it now that someone else legally owns it. No use dragging other people into my problems.
I'm sure it's that letter I found, but I don't know anymore. I just want to know how to escape this nightmare.
Of course. We're talking about the one in Anslem Village, aren't we?
How did you...
Don't look so surprised. There's only one place popular enough here if we're going to talk about hauntings. I once had a colleague who wrote about it and the urban legends surrounding the place. Years worth of study, but fascinating. It's a shame he passed away at such a young age. He would have done a much better job at explaining topics like this one compared to me. Ashton here might disagree, but it's an interesting topic in sociology, if you care to have an open mind.
Studying the science and theory behind it is completely different from outright believing in it.
You don't believe in those stories, sir?
Now, this isn't a question of belief. All I'm saying is things like these speak a lot about a place's culture and history. And it's not just limited to ghosts. Monsters, gods, you name it. Even you, Miss Santos.
What about me?
How you respond to these stories. It tells a lot about you and your upbringing, in the same way it tells me why our detective inspector here finds such topics absurd. Interesting, isn't it?
My head is starting to spin from all of this. I'm not the smartest person around, but I understand what he's trying to get at, I think. It's still too much to take in at once. I look to Ash for help, but his eyebrows are drawn in a frown. If he keeps staring like that at his cup, I'm pretty sure it'll crack soon.
There's still something you're not telling.
Didn't I tell you everything the other day?
Yeah, but you mentioned the rights, then you proceeded to drop the topic right after. What's with that?
Hey! Hey!
Well done, you got her.
That was mean.
They don't have anything to do with this.
Rights. Luke and Hannah, right?
Yeah, they're the ones who got the place.
Ah, I'm not surprised. They're the kind who gets what they want once they set their eyes on it.
Did he all of a sudden get louder?
His voice changed, his tone
Oh,
changed.
okay. That made my ear tickle.
Yeah, his tone changed big time.
From what I've heard, word gets around.
A heavy sigh escapes my lips. Popular or not, they're just my clients. Albeit a little pushy, but just clients. End of story. I wish he'd stop pestering me about them.
Ah.
I know you're trying to help. Shut up, Ash!
I'm gonna play the character here and say, "Shut up, Ash," because she's always getting aggravated by it, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, that seems like
That's
her.
what I'm going with. This is choice. I don't.
What would you pick, Blair?
I know you're trying.
Choose what you really want to choose.
Well, since she said she was getting a headache, I feel like she'd be the trying to calm. And I feel like in the back of my mind, it's like she's like, I know you're trying to help.
Yeah.
Because this is a brand new, fresh day for her. I know you're trying to help.
Makes sense. Plus, she doesn't know him, so she.
That was a relationship upgrade.
Did it say plus or minus?
I have no idea. Should I click it?
Yeah.
We haven't clicked this in a while. Let's see how bad we got it.
Oh wow.
Oh God, Rebecca. Oh, she went. Oh God, she went up recently. So the last decisions interaction with them, they've all gone up. But with Rebecca, we must have been like down here. Damn.
What is the line at? Is that like?
That's where you
gotta
start. That's where you start.
get- Oh. So we were actually way up on Rebecca, and we pissed her off a lot.
Oh my God.
And now we're kind of gaining.
Damn,
her
I
back.
didn't think we'd be this up with Ash. I thought we were pissing him off. Good God, she looks demonic here.
And she looks like a little imp demon.
I like her tennis shoes though.
Look at the way she's standing.
Who stands like that?
Her feet are pointing towards
Okay,
each
so
other
in the last
practically.
interactions, we all got pluses out of it.
Okay.
Oh, even with Marianne. Macaw.
Macaw.
Oh, what is it again that Becca does when dealing with a particularly difficult child?
Beats them.
Oh my
No,
God.
I'm kidding.
The pesky, annoying kind? I wish I could remember. I could certainly use the same trick right about now.
Ashton, look here. I know you're trying to help, but the deal's almost already closed. The papers are being prepared. Once it's done, it's over. I'm just their agent.
Yep.
And when is that happening?
When what? Is there even a purpose to this line of questioning?
Your working relationship with them. When's it going to end?
About a week from now. It depends on how long the approval process would take, but they wanted us to rush it.
Oh.
Really? You're absolutely sure about that?
Yes, really. Unless they want to buy a house again and want me and Rose to be their agent, If yes, then I don't see a problem with it. Now stop annoying me about it.
Don't accept it.
What? Why? It's my job.
Oh lord, even my younger siblings aren't this difficult to deal with. It's my job, I do it how I want!
Call BRC 877 dead bodies now. I don't know, because, you know, you get the dead bodies in the couch. Okay.
Body in a couch now. Then again, Ash is far from a younger sibling to me. If he'd only spell it out, surely I'd understand. We wouldn't even have to talk about it
I
right
really
now.
wanted a line in between that. Ash is far from a younger sibling than me. And just another line. He's more like an idiot. I don't know why. That would crack me up.
That's how it is, right? Find an even ground, talk about it like the adults we are. It wasn't like this before. But somewhere along the way, something has changed in us, as people, as friends. Yeah, and weren't you going to share a dong with Rebecca?
Wow.
Okay. I wish there's a way I could tell when or why. Instead, I'm left searching blindly for reasons. The next thing we know, we'll be drifting further and further apart. How frustrating.
Now, kids, settle down. We're not going to solve anything by shouting.
Sorry, Sir Andrew.
Sounds like royalty when
What,
she
he's
says
a
it like
knight?
that.
Like Jesus.
Yeah, night, there we go.
And we're not going to solve anything either if you keep omitting things.
Speak for yourself. I'm not the only one doing it.
Whew.
You'll have to forgive my former student, Miss Santos. He's always been the curious kind. Many people think he's lazy, but it's
know.
actually the opposite.
I know something this game does a lot is you'll make one choice from other times that I've seen a little bit of it. I know, like, you'll make one choice that you think, like, we thought that that was the less arguey, aggro-y choice that wouldn't have them arguing as much.
Oh yeah, and it ends up arguing.
Yeah, because the way the dialogue moves, it ends up being the more arguey route. I bet the other one he would have just backed off when you're like, "Shut up, Ash." So I'm glad we picked
that's
this.
a good
I'm actually
point.
glad we picked this route.
That's a good point.
I see that hasn't changed.
Oh, really? How is he back when he was your student? I'm sorry, I need to ask. He doesn't talk much about that.
And there's a reason why. Please
Well, you
don't.
see, he had blonde hair.
Tried to sleep on the first day of class. He didn't repeat it after what I made him do when I caught him. Students like him are the easiest to deal with.
That's creepy.
Once you know what piques their interest.
What?
Just
That's
a
horrifying.
paddle on the ass. Yeah.
I'd have to say, he's one of the very few who's actually interested in the subject, though.
Are we still talking
But there
about
was this
something?
one time when...
By the end of the conversation, Ash looks like he's praying for the ground to swallow him. He's never been one to talk about himself. What I know about him are mostly bits and pieces I've gathered over the years. He's an atrocious singer, he's bad at art, and he has a personal vendetta against mornings. Now it feels he isn't that hard to figure out after all. It's past noon when Andrew has to leave us for another meeting, but before we separate...
Miss Santos, a word of advice. Just keep in mind that when it comes to cases like this, things aren't always what they seem.
By the way, the achievement was psychotherapy not included.
Oh, so is this, have we found a route where, like, it's all hallucination?
That's what I'm thinking.
That,
he's
wouldn't that be
saying.
trippy if there is one? That'd be crazy.
Oh, you're just high.
She's the killer.
Oh god. Naturally, the mansion in the letter was brought up several times during our talk. And though Ash is right in that Andrew offers a different perspective, he has left me with more questions than answers instead. What is she? What does she want from me? Is she ever going to leave?
Does she like my wallpaper in my apartment?
Does she watch me when I'm going at it with Rebecca?
Is she the reason the toilet paper keeps running out?
They all continue to bug me after we've left the coffee shop. I don't even notice when Ash takes a different turn on our way back.
Where are we going? You can drop me off at the park.
Guess. You have 3 chances.
I'm serious, Ash. Where are we going?
He doesn't answer, but shortly he stops his car in front of a small, nondescript food stall, a little ways away from the movie house. If I wasn't paying closer attention, I would have missed it without a doubt. He motions for me to wait as he gets off the car and walks in his direction.
Yeah, he was really talented. He was driving through the sunroof.
It's.
I know, it's a translation error. It's lost in
it's
translation.
how they talk.
Sheesh. If you want to buy something, just
There
say it.
is
No need to
a
make
lot
yourself
of-
look mysterious.
Blair, there's a lot of shit lost in translation in this game, trust me. There's
It's not lost in
grammatical errors.
translation.
I'm not saying that is, dude. Relax. I'm not saying that is. I'm saying there's a lot of... I've seen some of this game before. There's a lot of shit lost in translation that's grammatically makes no sense. You'll see. Anyways. I'm not saying that particularly is.
It makes you look
You
more
missed-
like
you
a
didn't
dark
finish that line.
dork than cool. No, I did.
Click it.
I did. Yeah, I said this while you
You didn't
started.
say no need to make yourself look mysterious.
Yes,
You
I
said-
did.
I thought you stopped after
Nope,
just
I
saying
did.
it. Alright.
Are they still down, Will? Makes you look more like a dork than cool. The wait isn't long, however. Soon he's walking back, holding 2 fish-shaped cones in both hands. Ice cream? Parfait? Cross of the 2? By the time he's back inside the car, I've given up any effort to figure out what he bought. Not that it looks bad, it's actually quite cute.
Here, take it.
I have to move my head back a little when he thrusts it at me to avoid the ice cream and the fruit toppings from ending up on my nose.
What's this for?
God, that looks good.
Oh, it looks kind of fishy to me.
God damn it. What's this for?
My arm's getting tired. 5, 4, 3, 2.
With a wary glance, I take it off his hands. I still don't understand why there's a need for ice cream today. Nevertheless, I take a small bite. It's actually pretty good. It must have shown in my face because he chuckles as soon as I take another one.
Saw the place open the other day when we watched Zach's movie. Thought I should give it a try. It doesn't seem like a bad place to get food from time to time.
And you're giving me free ice cream because...
Do I need to have a reason?
Are you really going to ask me that?
Here's the thing with Ashton Frey. He does not just treat anyone to free food because he feels like it. He's that much of a Scrooge. Hell, he even asked me to teach him how to haggle once. Haggle! Of all the people who'd asked me that. I'd have expected such a request from Becca, but Ash? Not at all.
Actually, it totally makes sense. He's a detective. He'd probably use it.
Yeah. If I am going to be honest, he looks a bit constipated with that expression on his face right now. I think he's starting to regret ever buying this.
The other day? The movie with Zach and Rebecca? Rebecca's there, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, during the movie, we, that's to say, you,
What's your uh-oh,
We-
Blair?
When you can't even remember that Rebecca was there.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, damn.
Damn!
shit. Should have written down something first.
Yeah, you're sitting there just reading a cue card to her face.
You are very pretty. I like how pretty you are. Do you think I'm pretty too? I'm Ash from Deluxe City.
Yeah, he's crushing.
Bad guys, watch out.
Moving
Can't
on.
beat me.
My lord.
I'm pretty fly for...
Okay, okay.
Crushing.
Oh, God.
Get to the point, Ashton.
Get to the point, Jesse!
Get to the point, Puss Destroyer. Like, It's just like, yeah, man, you're just slaying it. Like looking at her fingernails, completely
God.
uninterested.
Right. I'm sorry.
What?
Not I'm sorry for, not getting to the point. I'm sorry for the other day. I got carried away. I said things that upset you. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
I wanted to just stick the ice cream in his face. Just be like,
Okay. That's all? That's all you're going to say?
Yep.
You're not still angry, are you?
Nah.
You didn't have to buy me anything. A simple sorry would have been enough.
I bite into the cone again. A small attempt to keep myself occupied and relieve the heat crawling up my face. You mean you just want to shove it up your vag to cool it down? What?
wow.
I love how it says wanted as a smiley face.
Good to know you're keeping it classy, Jess.
It doesn't work, but at least I don't have to look at him. Why I'm feeling embarrassed over an apology, I have no idea. 'Cause you're in love. Fuck, I wish I knew that song better.
They're like stupid for
It's
each
not
other.
like it wasn't called for. They were being mean, especially him, and in that fraction of a second, it hits me. He skipped his day off just for today. I should be the one apologizing and thanking him. Silence is an awkward company while we finish our respective snacks. There are words for this.
Yeah.
For people like us.
Too dumb to admit you love each other.
For understandings and sentiments like this. Yet, in this instant, they won't come. As promised, he drops me off at the park right after. Phrases unsaid, still hanging heavily in the air. Take it away, Blair.
No, my turn.
It's
Okay.
like, why the fuck you pointing at me?
I was just pointing at the Discord.
yeah, I got it.
In this weather, the city park gives off a lazier and more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen running around and playing, there are now people lying, leaning back on their picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun.
I just picture giant baskets with people laying in them.
The smell of food drifts from nearby carts, and if the wind blows in the right direction, one would catch the whiff of freshly trimmed grass.
And the occasional fart.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Yeah,
Maybe I should
mean,
try
it's-
walking home today,
you did.
to get my mind off things. To try and find the words somehow. I haven't done that in a while.
Thanks, Ash, for today.
No problem. Say hi to Rebecca for me.
Yeah, I will.
Even so, I linger. We both do. A mild, humid breeze brings the smell of dried leaves, warmed earth, and a far-off, distant memory. Of false starts and awkward first meetings. Same place, same people, playing the same parts. Funny how of all the days, my brain chooses to remember it now.
Wait, Belle.
Ash exits his car. His strides are unsteady when he approaches me. Or maybe this is his uncertainty showing. I'm not quite sure. He has never looked uncertain to me before. Always calm, always sure, always collected. He stops a short distance from me, close enough that he's within an arm's reach, but just far enough for his voice to be heard over a decent small talk. If this is what it's going to be. He fumbles for something in his pockets.
Trojan.
God damn it, I didn't even think of that.
Here, catch.
It's like an old piece of candy, like a melted Hershey's Kiss.
The small bag lands clean on my outstretched hands before it hits the ground. I raise an eyebrow at him, and he responds by shrugging and stuffing both his hands back in his pockets. Somewhere to the side, he finds an interesting spot to look at. Something you have to wait. Sometimes you have to wait, Papa said long ago. For once, this time, I listen. His voice is halting, hesitant, when he finds it again.
My mom used to make me carry around one of those when I was young. To ward off evil and bring you luck, she said. I don't believe in this kind of thing now. But if it makes you feel safe, since you're a total scaredy cat, then I guess it's okay to give you one.
I just have to say, totally fucking different recording booth, totally different day, totally different microphones. Maybe he phoned one in.
That scared the fuck out of me because it was
acting.
really loud.
Voice acting.
It happened.
Yeah,
It
it was
said-
very abrupt.
Yeah,
That
it's just a
scared
different
me,
line.
though.
It was probably a line they're like.
There might
oh,
also
it was
be
conversation there.
there might also be a lot of splits right there with varying dialogue, so they recorded them on different days.
Oh,
Could be.
yeah. Okay, here we go.
Perhaps at the moment there aren't any words for it. I've never been good with those.
Oh.
But right now, I could thank him in the best way I know.
You're not bad after all. You can be nice when you're trying.
So you're not bad after all means that she thought he was a dick the whole time. And you can be nice when you're trying. They're both kind of
I think I'm gonna go with you're not bad after all. To go with the mood.
Yeah.
Go with the mood that he's trying to set, or attempting really badly to set up. What do you think, Blair?
You're not bad after all. I don't know.
That suggests that she had the initial thought of him being bad.
But I feel like if you say you can be nice when you're trying, still suggests about the same thing, meaning that, what, I'm not nice when I'm, you know? But everybody's kind of universal. It's like, nah, you're not bad after all. Could mean a lot of things, though. And
I mean, I'm just the tiebreaker, so it's up to you guys.
They honestly are sort of the same thing. It's the point is you're gonna pick one that's gonna go down one butterfly effect route,
Yep.
and then the other one's gotta go bad.
I'm all for you're not bad after all.
You're not bad after all.
Okay, there's no tiebreaker. Cool. What were you gonna pick if you had to pick, Blair?
The nice one.
Ah, okay.
Now from now on, what we gotta do is the first person says theirs, then whoever's gonna go different says it, and then that last person we have to sit and wonder
No,
who they're gonna go with. That makes it more
you're
interesting.
not bad after all.
Oh.
Where?
Oh, right. I closed the short distance separating us. And lightly, in place of phrases one couldn't spin together or
Is this gonna be the
answers
kiss route?
too early to seek out, I lean over
Oh,
and give him a little peck on the cheek.
shit! Words unsaid.
Oh!
And he's like, I don't know whether to shit or go blind. He's got this look on his face like, oh, just crapped
He
myself.
almost looks like, ugh, kind
Yeah,
of.
he's like, well, I don't like girls. Yeah,
Mm.
we
best
got a
left
new
unsaid, and yeah, new
Hold on,
relationship
hold on.
update.
Oh, dang! Look how high that went!
Damn!
Ooh!
You just beat the game. You won.
Oh.
The AirPods, by the way, gave us
That means 20
minutes.
minutes.
Ah, shite.
Mhm.
Does that mean you have to end in 20 minutes?
I would have to find a safe spot, yes.
Damn. That's butt. This Sennheiser. We're gonna get a second fucking set. We're
Yeah.
gonna get a second set.
Yeah.
We could
Okay,
use
continue,
the Sennheiser.
continue.
The touch is short,
Earbuds.
fleeting. The kind that speaks volumes of boundaries we don't often cross as friends. Nevertheless, the thought is there. It lingers. In the gentle autumn wind that passes, in the empty space separating us when I step back and look up at him with a smile. It's easy to express gratefulness this way, isn't it? At least, with my own family, that's the case. For the two of us, I'm not quite sure. Did he understand? After all, gratitude is considerably harder to put into words when you spent the latter half of your friendship teetering between good-natured jests and ruffling each other's feathers.
Oh no, in her mind she just thinks she's being, like, expressing gratitude based on her culture, and to him he thought it was more. I'm hoping no.
We just
No.
treaded the awkward route.
Hold on.
Oh, that could
The
get...
Hold
gods of
on.
chaos are pleased.
Just let's
Okay,
see
okay.
how it unwinds.
Blair's right.
Seconds pass before he clears his throat. His face has gone remarkably red, whether from the heat or something else, I can't quite tell.
She can't be that damn dumb. Like, dude. Culture.
But
or
he
not.
understands. I know
For
he
some
does.
reason, a tent is rising out of his pants.
Because the smile on him when he finally meets my eye is the gentlest I've seen him show.
I, gotta go. Got some reports I forgot to file the other day.
Oh god.
They're called Jergens in Kleenex.
Yeah, see you around. Thanks for the ice cream and the charm.
Don't lose it. You won't find one here again if you do.
I won't. I might move like I have 2 left feet, but I know how to take care of my own stuff. I'm not a total klutz.
Tell that to the stairs in the mansion. Good job.
I know.
In Bell, remember that one time? Devlin
The
Court?
band came. Oh. Blair.
Oh. Oh, I do. With all the clarity in the world.
You... At the time, when we... What I'm trying to say is that you can rely on me if something... anything happens. Not the exact same thing, of course, but you get the idea. I'll be around.
I'll keep that in mind. You're not that bad after all.
Well, now it gets to the line. Holy crap!
Well, that's the result
Yeah?
of the choice.
Yeah, I was not expecting it to take...
It's not always going to be like
yeah,
the second
yeah,
year.
I know, but damn.
A lot of them are, though.
Before leaving, he waves at me one last time.
Then trips over a rock.
Oh god.
The next time we talk, we'll be back to the way we were. We are.
Except he's like 10 feet shorter.
Because at the end of the day, that's how things have always moved between us. What we're familiar with. What we're comfortable with. But for all that, it's always easy to put my own faith in him. I just hope I can keep him safe. Keep them safe. Keep him safe. A light wind blows again, sending dried leaves swirling and a distant smell of earth into the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I need to visit the grocery too. Come to think of it, wasn't there an art store that opened recently near the park? The cat's name is Baruthiel? Baruthiel. Or at least that's what his collar says. It's an odd name to give a cat, in my opinion. But it speaks grace much like the one that carries it. I guess it makes sense. Okay. It shows in the way he swishes his tail and his eyes follow my hands every movement. My hands every movement. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure what he finds fascinating in me, to be honest. I wasn't the very picture of grace when he found me, after all. It was a bad idea, carrying 2 heavy bags of newly bought art materials and groceries, without help or a sure ride home. In hindsight, perhaps I shouldn't have bought all of these at the same time. I didn't even make it past the park. And now, I'm suffering underneath the glaring afternoon sun, hunched up on a park bench and drenched in sweat, in the company of a cat curiously watching my every movement. I hope it stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but back at home, they're considered ill omens.
He's totally watching
Don't look
her.
at me like that. I can act graceful as well if I want to.
He's like, yeah, not with that curse hanging around you. God, it looks like 10 pounds of shit all around you. I can see it.
Incoming talking cat.
Yeah, right. That'd be amazing if it's Salem. You know it would.
Not that I've ever acted graceful in my life, of course. Growing up with rowdy younger brothers and a sister does that. Or maybe it's the opposite. Mama used to call me a little troublemaker before. Well, graceful or not, there's no use in moping. A short breather and then I'm off home. Besides, it isn't like the company's bad, even if it's a cat, as long as it doesn't bite or crosses my path.
Well, where's your owner anyway?
He has one, doesn't he? An owner? That's what the collar's for, isn't it? A bandage is wrapped on one of his paws, though. I wonder what happened to it. Did he run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets. I tried to bring one home before, a cat. Not black, of course. And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could.
I take a small packet of sweets from one of the bags beside me and pop it open. As I'm about to put one into my mouth, he meows. My hand stops.
Do you want one?
He doesn't meow again as I'm expecting him to, but I take his unblinking gaze as a yes. I shift the piece in my palm and hold it out to him, warily. He sniffs at it once, twice, before.
Baruthia! Is this Jesse's turn?
It's your call, Blair.
We'll switch after the scene change.
Okay.
Like a good, properly trained pet, Baruthiel responds as soon as he's called. Recognition comes as soon as my head snaps in the direction of my voice. Let's try that again. Recognition comes as soon as my head snaps in the direction of the voice. Miss McCulloch. Hard to miss. What with her height.
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you? Oh, it's you.
Wow.
Oh.
Jesus shit.
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough.
Were you harmed in any way? I'm sorry. Veruthiel's not exactly fond of other people. Even run away from the veterinarian right now.
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
My Veruthiel's a she.
Jesus, how are you supposed to know? They don't have obvious, like, unless you really look and then they scratch
if
you.
it was fixed, yeah. Some cats are just like...
She? All this time I thought... The pause in conversation, if this can be called one, is uncomfortable. We're merely two people working different jobs for the same client. Frankly, meetings like this don't happen a lot, and if it does, a simple nodding of heads is enough. Still, trying to be friendly wouldn't hurt, right?
Talk about her cat, talk about her job.
I'm gonna say talk about her job. Does anyone differ? Or are we
I
all
say
three
cat.
agreed?
I
I
say
want to say
cat.
the cat.
Okay.
Talking about the job seems like,
I mean,
you
they're
know,
on their off day. Who the fuck wants to
Yeah.
talk about work?
I was going on the theory that they want to make you think that talking about her cat isn't going to lead to bullshit. But go
That's
ahead.
true.
No, go ahead.
Her cat away.
I keep my tone cordial and warm.
I'm actually surprised you have a cat, Miss McCullough.
Oh, why do I feel like she's going to take offense to that?
Yep.
And why exactly is that?
Oh.
There are a
You
lot of
guys
people who
picked
have
the
pets.
path that, yep. Had a feeling.
Yeah, but not a black one. I'm amazed you're taking care of one.
This is one where they make you think that that's the good choice, but it's like, no, you should have talked
I
about the
don't
job.
understand what you're trying to get at. Is there a problem with my cat?
Fucking-
No, this is so
No,
fucking awkward.
not at all. She's very sweet. Just in other cultures, aren't they a sign of bad luck?
Back at home it is. My grandmother used to tell me stories about it, and
Nothing has happened to me so far.
displeasure is evident on her face. Ah, of course. I've forgotten that for other people, black cats are an omen of good luck. There you go again, running your mouth off, Isabella. I rack my brain for a way to remedy the situation, but she holds out a hand.
This is a good place to stop and end this conversation, don't you think so?
Damn.
Damn.
It is good to see you again, Santos.
A complete dismissal, if I've ever heard one.
She didn't really sound pissed.
No, she's.
Yeah, that was kind of weird to read. Oh, we got a new. I need to know. I need to fucking know. Ah! It was negative. Ah, Jesus Christ. Oh God, that was a big negative. Jesus.
Yup. Y'all done fucked up.
I watch her as she leaves, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold separating the park and the street. She faces me again, looking like there's something she has forgotten to say.
By the way, about the Ermengarde mansion, with my clients, it's the rights, I mean. I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
Look like you want to be done with this shit, lady.
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Doesn't it look kind of like
Thank you. That's all I needed to know.
doesn't it look like she's anxious to be done with this?
Yep.
Blair, what do
Wait,
you think?
about the mansion.
Continue.
What do you think, Blair?
Hmm.
It's interesting. Like she had that. You saw that purple, like it looked like a bruise. Like that's like apprehension in that art style, right? Like, do you think it's over with? Like she's probably already. We're getting further and further in the days, so other people are probably starting to. We'll see, but
Not sure.
yeah.
The letter. The same one they saw. Whoever she is, She asks for help. Someone. I want to tell Miss McCall that the urban legends aren't just legends anymore. They're real. Ellipses. She's not going to believe me.
Don't mind me. I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough.
I hasten to pick up all the bags I've left on the bench and run as far as my legs can take me. In that moment, what I'm carrying in my hands weighs far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I want to go home. Anywhere where I won't be reminded of the house. Of her. Of my own cowardice.
The food tastes less appetizing tonight. A pity. One would think that someone who had been on the continuous binge of instant noodles would find a home-cooked meal enjoyable. But it isn't. Hunger isn't what is gnawing at me tonight, neither are my sore muscles. The TV runs loudly in the background, but what it says barely registers in my brain. It's hard when the things you're trying to forget keep returning to the forefront of your mind. It distracts you, eats at you, devours you. I wish this would stop. I wish I wasn't the one who picked it up. I wish it was somebody else.
In other local news, a woman was found dead in her home.
What? Who?
Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide.
What do you think's happening, Blair?
Rose.
That's your guess? Huh.
The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper, 33 years old, working as a real estate agent.
Holy shit. Rose.
Discovered lying in a pool of blood in her two-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
Fuck all that. No. No. This isn't what I want. This isn't supposed to happen. Right as she was fucking thinking, I wish it was somebody else.
Fuck.
Dude, isn't that weird? None of this is supposed to happen. No one's supposed to die. Those are just stories, right? Legends. That's what everyone has kept telling me. So why? And I immediately I rushed to my study table in search of my phone. My hand, cold from dread, clings tightly to it as soon as I touch its edges. A piece of folded paper, the letter, lying unassumingly beside it, slips to the floor when I pick up the device. But I pay it no mind. What are you doing? There are more important things. Right now. Right now. I need to call her. I need to call her. I wish I was with her, or I was with her. I was just with her not too long ago when she was okay. No. 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 It isn't Rose. I'm sure of it. I just talked to her and a sob escapes me and hot tears begin to blur my vision. One after another they trickle down, weighted by the very same guilt I refuse to admit I've been carrying from the start. The same one I've been hiding from. The same one that has put the people I care about in danger. My hands shake as I navigate to Rose's number on my contacts list. She'll answer, right? That's what she always does. She'll pick it up, tell me to turn down the waterworks, and call me a wuss afterwards.
She'll answer. Please answer, Rose.
Again and again I dial, whispering, praying, pleading.
Come on, Rose. Don't do this to me. Please pick up. I know you're there, Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not.
This adds to the series of deaths and disappearances that has plagued Luxborn in the recent years. The authorities are currently looking at a possible link with the notorious Anselm Butcher case.
TV runs loudly in the background. Deafening static sounds from my phone's speakers. But in my ears, I can only hear the screams, her pleas, her whispers. Help me. Help me. We are not safe. I feel like that's a very abrupt, like, and then she slept, okay. Like, what did she do in the seconds after that? Like, she just sat there, dialing Rose over and over again, and then fucking passed out? Like, I wouldn't sleep. I'd call up every one of my friends. I'd be out the fucking door. I'd be like, Becca, get your bitch ass out here since you're my next door neighbor. And then I'd be like, all right, Ashhole and Zachary, we're all gonna meet up and fuck y'all.
A buzzing sensation jolts me awake. My body still wants to sleep, to forget what I heard, what I saw last night. But it's there, nudging, prodding at me. Slowly, I become aware of how awkward my position is, and the aches that accompany sleeping in a curled-up position the night before. If I even slept at all. The memories are impossible to forget now that Rose is gone. They say it's easier when you say it out loud. Instead, the words weigh heavier on me each time. She's gone. Gone because of me. Gone because of one letter I was too curious to look at. I should have been more careful. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I should have destroyed it before anyone else had gotten involved. I should have... The notification light on my laptop blinks incessantly, mockingly, when I look at it as if it's calling me back to a sense of normalcy. I check it, nevertheless, out of habit more than anything. Strict attendance required today. To all BRC employees, in light of the recent end events, there will be an all-staff emergency meeting from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchy and policies will all be discussed during the meeting. Everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance logs and sales reports for the last 6 months to be submitted to your respective managers for review. We are expecting everyone's cooperation. Thank you. Joanne Alice Schultz, BRC HR Manager. If this were one of those typical days, I'd happily comply and get myself to our office. Today my limbs just feel heavy. On one hand, going will keep me busy, take my mind elsewhere. On the other, the place in itself is a stark reminder of what my own fears have cost me. I should just go to work. Stay at home.
Which one do you think, Jasmine?
I mean, she may not get her commission if she doesn't go.
True.
Because then that's slacking because there's still paperwork to do.
That's a good point.
And they might find you suspicious of murder. What? You thought that letter meant something else? They're investigating everybody.
Good point. I didn't even think of that. What do you choose?
But if you stay
What do you
home,
choose? I asked you what
chances
you
are
choose.
one of your friends is going to show up. But if you go to work, you'll have to deal with Wrights or McCullough.
I'm gonna say stay at home.
So Blair, what's your choice?
I said go to work.
Go to work. Moping won't get me anywhere. This is just like one of those things, isn't it? You deal with it with a smile, no matter how bad things get, and hope for the best. Although my whole body feels like lead and my limbs are sore, I push myself away from the chair and head for the shower. The letter I dropped on the floor last night flutters open as I pass by, unfolding for no one else but me to see. Every word written on it glares back at me. They sneer. They ridicule, like living beings fully aware of what they've done. With a huff, I pick it up and shove it into my bag, perhaps with more anger and frustration than I'm used to showing. This, too, I'll deal with. Somehow, I'll find a way and make things right. I have to, before it takes more people from me, even if I must do it on my own. Papers rustling, telephones ringing, feet shuffling. Overall, today looks like a typical working day at Briar Realty Corporation. Except it isn't. The air is thick with tension and unspoken questions. No doubt everyone present has already heard about Rose. If they missed last night's report, they'd likely see it in the morning news, in the papers, or on various news sites on the internet. Everywhere is a bitter reminder. In fact, everyone's given me a wide berth, as though the mere mention of Rose would be enough to trigger something in me. It's appreciated, but it only serves to create a bigger hole in the place Rose has left. After lunch, my boss calls for a meeting. I don't have to look up from my work to know what it is about. He's in a strange, pensive mood today, probably out of respect for a dead colleague. Oddly, I'd appreciate him more if he just shouted at me today. Anything is better.
I'm sure you've all heard of what happened to Miss Cooper. She was a valued member of our team and she will be missed. There's no date for a funeral, yet, but those who wish to attend, kindly speak with your respective supervisors. By the way, has anyone heard about our still AWOL staff? None? HR, you know what to do.
I think it's obvious where they are.
In the sofa. In the sofa.
Santos, a word. In my office.
At the end of it, I've been given the entirety of Rose's workload, including finalizing the rights papers, and have been promised an ample compensation for my efforts.
Oh,
I think he's expecting me to be happy about it. Instead, I immerse myself in my work. I have to anyway, if I want to forget. Time flies when you do, and by the time I give notice, it's already late. And Prairie, after mine, like you said, yeah. Everyone's already gone, leaving me in the company of a radio and a member of our janitorial staff. I don't even know his name. Rose likely does. She remembers people easily like that.
The Luxbourne Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
The radio blares one name after another. Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they? Still, I have to check. Frantic, I turn back to my desktop. The loud tapping of my fingers against the keys filled the office for the better part of my shift as I looked through everything. The background about the place, its history from the current owners, and list of employees hired under BRC. And I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of staff. They may have a lot of agents hired, but I remember those names anywhere. After all, they're also part of the crew who worked with us in preparing the mansion for the open house. Then the letters? No, that can't be. I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
But Rose is...
Something snaps into place in the fraction of a moment. These people. Rose. The letter.
I need to... No. If it's like this, they still won't believe me. I have to make sure of it first.
Evidence doesn't lie. That's what Ash often says, right? If I have proof, then maybe. I don't want to get my hopes up yet, but maybe there's still a way I can save them? The letter, my phone, papers, anything that will be useful. I grab all of them and stuff them in my bag. I can't stay here. There's something I need to do. There's something those people should... The noise cut sharply through the room, stopping my hand short of cramming a pen into my bag.
Hello? Anyone there?
Someone must have left their printer open again. I may be in a hurry, but if I don't turn it off, another person is certainly going to have a fit tomorrow over wasted company resources. Most of the time, it's Rose who does the nagging, but the clicking of my pen in my hand is a welcome distraction as I search for the said object. Each stride my feet takes also echoes throughout the empty workplace. I've lost sight of the janitor minutes ago, and with me being the only one left, the tapping of my feet against the wooden floor is something I soon learn to appreciate. It doesn't take me long to find it. By the time I turn it off, 5 pages are already strewn about on the ground, the paper tray having also been left ajar.
Help me,
Sighing,
help me, help me, help
I
me.
pick each of it up to put...
What, you think it's gonna say help me?
I pick each of it up to put someplace proper, but the page that greets me next makes my blood run cold.
And notice it's different. Look at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. There is
What
no
chill that-
10 to 5 people.
Yeah.
Yep. The chill that makes its way up my spine is as numbing as that day in the attic. The sheets crinkle under my tense grip. All I can hear is my breath as it rasps through my gritted teeth. But before I can even gather myself, take the first steps out of here, total darkness suddenly envelops me. And as if hearing every horrid thought running inside my head right now, something snaps. A soft creak grating through the thin veil of stillness that has descended in the room. Every muscle, every bone in my body goes rigid at the sound. Familiar. So familiar now. Yet my own traitorous curiosity still presses me to take a careful peek over the cubicle's
No
wall.
such thing. I'd fucking hide immediately.
Fuck! It's her! Standing in the only exit of the office, albeit facing away from me. She doesn't even need to turn around for me to know it's the same misshapen face, tattered clothes, and unsightly gait. The same person in the attic. I take a step back. The pen I'm holding slips from my hand and her entire head turns. Fuck that shit!
Fuck all that.
Fuck
She's
that!
very pixely when it zooms in though.
Yeah.
Haha, you're pixely. Fuck you.
A scream almost escapes my mouth and I duck under my table as quickly as I can. For a second, that almost sounded like when you find a Pokemon.
I quickly grab my double-barreled shotgun and my chainsaw. I mean, that's his name.
Oh. My heart is pounding hard against my chest. I can hear the bone-chilling sounds of her walk, the weird clicking that follows her, and telltale squelch of something wet as she walks towards me. Nearer and nearer.
Clicking.
The sounds are slowly getting louder. The only thing keeping the whimper from escaping me is my hand as it covers my mouth. Good night! No! Come back! Get back here, will you? You're watching this. Someone, please save me!
You get to watch Ruca fail.
Anyone! No, you're doing it! Fuck
No,
that
fuck you,
shit!
you're doing
No!
it. I know there's one here. You gotta click, I think. When
Oh,
it's...
fuck. I close my eyes, muttering a
this one.
continuous stream of prayers, all while attempting to steady my own breathing. Please, please don't let her hear me. Oh, fuck!
Click.
Oh, my God!
Fucked up. Get it when it's in the red.
Oh, my God!
It goes faster each time.
Relax.
You're fucked.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
dead.
she's so fucked. Necrotic paralysis achievement. Come on, click. You know he died.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Bitch, why are you praying
Give
out
us this
loud?
day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
I like to think she's just sitting right beside her while her eyes are closed praying, and she's nodding like, okay, come on, get the
And lead
the
us
point.
not into
Like,
temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
You're fucked.
When the last lines of my prayer have left me, all that remains is a hush. None of her footsteps, nor those chilling sounds she makes. Only silence. Is it safe? Another second passes, and when nothing comes... What? Sounds like she's mimicking Isabella, but backwards. It sounds like Isabella.
Holy shit, let me see the other earbud. I didn't know about this.
I didn't... It sounds like she's saying what Isabella just said, but backwards.
Oh my god, it is. They backmasked
Yep.
her fucking praying.
Yep.
Ugh, that's
Fuck.
creeptastic. Well, you're fucked.
Fuck! No!
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh, hell.
She's praying too.
Oh, shit!
Her hands are
didn't
together
notice
like
it.
she was in prayer.
Yeah, she's mocking her. I didn't... Yeah. I've seen this death before a long time ago when I first ever heard about the game, but I didn't know it did that.
All
Please,
right,
please don't let
Alright,
her
don't
hear
fuck
me.
up this time.
How about you do it?
No, I'm not good with these.
relax, relax.
Yeah,
It's
just relax and just click. Click,
Bam,
click.
bam.
Oh my god. Dude.
Click before you
Come
think you
on.
have to click. There you go. It's gonna go faster.
God damn
Close,
it.
that was close.
X.
Fuck, dude, that was way off. Fucking god damn it! It's
It's
actually.
okay,
Click,
just
click, 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 click.
Ah. Whoa, what did you do?
No,
I
don't
hit your thumb buttons. I hit your thumb buttons. It's okay, relax. Like I said, I was right. Your thumb buttons fucking hit all these things down here, which is annoying.
Our Father, who art, give us this day our daily bread, and lead us not into.
No, but Dad, and yep, you're so scary. Oh my god. That one's easy. All right.
I think you got this.
Fuck you.
Shut up.
No,
I'm
not
bad
you,
with
that-
clickers, man. Grasp the nettle, can't
Grasp-
stop, won't stop.
One of those is for doing it flawlessly.
Shit. Well, technically didn't do flawless, because I
It
failed the
did.
first two.
Well, no, I did flawless when I did it.
Uh,
It was 1, 2, 3 without breaking a heart.
The seconds, minutes stretch out before me agonizingly. Is she gone? Slowly, I open my eyes to take a peek. I don't dare move or make a noise.
Oh shit, son. No.
Sweep the leg, run! I don't dare move or make a noise. In the face of such terror, I can only beg. I don't let out silent pleas to whoever is out there. Please, please don't let her notice. I want to live. Oh, I technically killed you twice. I'm sorry.
That is alternate universes. Hana.
Hana!